What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to our channel Total Technology. Today I'm going to continue the Matplotlib series. So for last 1 month I'm not doing any tutorial on Matplotlib, but again it was discussed last time, like when we uploaded the tutorial number 6, that the basic tutorial has been finished here, and after one or maybe after 45 days I'm going to continue the series, but this is going to be like kind of advanced tutorial. There will be 4 or 5 new more videos or new videos, and it is kind of like end-to-end project with some of the real data set, and as well like we'll be using or dealing with some sort of like advanced topic. So today's topic is one of the advanced topic, which is radar plot or spider plot tutorial, and this is tutorial 7. Once again, if you guys are not familiar with our Matplotlib tutorial, just go to our channel and search with Matplotlib. Within the playlist there is one playlist with Matplotlib complete tutorial, and it is, I think, more than 6 hour tutorial. Like out of there are 6 videos, and I think it's more than 6 hour, let's say I think 8 or 9 hours video, and all detail, like all videos are detailed, like we discuss like topic by topic, like with respect to starting from the Matplotlib architecture with the different sort of like codes, like end-to-end coding, and practice examples are also there. So without wasting much time, let me start with the spider or radar plot. So this is one of the very popular topic. You are working with some sort of like reporting a dashboard, or you have to do some sort of analysis or kind of maturity or gap assessment. That time you need. So it looks like something this. So these are the dimension of the plot, and these are the parameter, and with respect to the values of the parameter, you have to draw this diagram. So let's say, suppose you are having and that the outermost parameter, outermost like ring is the best case, and the one which is like drawn over here is the kind of like the actual one, and this is like the best case, or like best standard or industry standard, whatever you want. And the gap between these two you can identify as a gap, or you can create some sort of futuristic roadmap for your like project. Like let's say you are doing some sort of like price assessment or sales assessment for some product, and the outermost ring is the one of the popular car companies sales data. So and your data is resides between this region, so the gap between your and that company is this. So it is kind of very handy tool for all sort of like sales related thing, or kind of like maturity related thing. Often we use this sort of things. So you can do it easily using Excel. When I say easily Excel, so I don't want to hurt those Excel lover. Yes, it is possible. You can do it using Excel, but I'm not very good at Excel, so I thought of doing it using Python. So I will show you guys. So this is one of the very popular diagram or chart. So before doing that, we need to create some sort of like dummy data. So for that, let's say, let me open my Excel, Microsoft Excel. So we'll see. I'll be using only one column. Okay. So let me open. So let's say I'll put some values. Let's say 10, like 10, let's say 20, 30, 50, and 70. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, 6 values we are having. So I need to save this thing, like save as, and I'm not sure where I save this thing. Okay, let me save this thing here only. Let's say test. Okay, we can copy paste it afterwards. Like this is our file created, and we can copy and put it into our Matplotlib folder, which is here. I think this is the right path. Yes, I think I can paste it here. Okay, let's check from here whether it is in the path or not. No, it is actually not in the path. Okay, more probably I put it in some other place. Okay, it is saying that it is in the path. Okay, well, I think it is done now. So okay, it came. So we'll be reading from that file. Actually, this is our test file. Okay, so before doing anything, like import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, import pandas as pd. Next thing, numpy. This is like all common things. Import numpy as mp. Okay, so now I'll be reading from our like file. So df is going to be pd dot thing read excel, and will be like test xls, and I think header is going to be none, right? So if we just, so this is the data. So let me just create one variable x, and we'll create some sort of numpy array with this x. So this is this, but again this is going, this is actually 2D array, we'll create into 1D array. Okay, so I think 0 1 2 3 4 5, so it's 6. So if you just create, so it become 1D array. Okay, now next thing is that we'll be plotting the graph. So doing that, we have like 6 values for something. We have to create some sort of label, like as I mentioned over here. Let's some labels are there: sales, administration, information technology. So let's say we'll create some sort of label. So or let's say parameter in here. Let's going to be some sort of like leg value. So it will be like for our case x1, x2. I'm just going for general thing, guys. X1, x2, x3, x4. You can do it from the numpy array as well, or like from the pandas x1, x1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4. Okay, I did a mistake, it will be 6. Okay, and we need to create some sort of like, if you see over here, like some sort of marking is there, like this things like 1 2 3 4 numbers. So this is the like kind of labels for those axes. So we'll create, let's say label, or let's say what do you say, kind of like it's a labels. This is not label actually, I'm just not getting the correct word. This is going to be again some numbers. So for me it is going to be 10 20 30 40 50 60 70 80 90 and 100. Well, I think this is quite natural. 10 to 10, yes, fine. And then what else is required? I think everything is like fine, properly placed. Well, I think yes, everything is fine. Now we'll be creating this thing, like what is required for our stuff we'll be creating. So if you see correctly over here, so there is some sort of angle between this coordinate and this coordinate, this coordinate and this coordinate, not coordinate, this dimension. Like when I'm talking about dimension, I'm just actually I mean this like this parameter. So we need to define those dimension, and the like x coordinate and the y coordinates will be the values which is already there. Like for first parameter, it will be the angle in radian and 10. Why it is in radian, then I'll explain you why, but I'm not going to explain in detail, cause if I'm going to explain that in detail, you guys not will be able to understand. I'm not going to underestimate you guys with that statement. It will actually take some time, so it's better if you guys go through the documentation. It will help you. So I'll point you out So the documentation page, you guys can do it, but I'll just tell you why it is in radian. So let me just create some sort of what is going to be that, it is theta. Let's, like, theta is going to be or the angle is going to be it is going to be like, I'm just thinking what will be there, or it's like np dot linspace. Okay, and this is going to be 0 is the start, then it is going to be 2 into np dot pi. I'm just uh, I'm just doing changing it to radian, that's why I'm just doing it np dot pi. And how many times it will be there, the length of this thing, like length of the parameter. So it is going to be length of parameter. So let's run this thing. So it's done. Now one thing, it is actually circular. If you see, it starts from here and it is actually finishing over here. So it is like kind of the first element and the last element should be same. So let's say if you print theta, it's like this, but at the end we need to have the 0 again. So we have to do is like theta equals to np dot concat, and it is going to be theta, and this is going to be theta 0, and this is like this. What happened here? Well, yes, and if you print it, like, see, whatever we were expecting, it is done. Now we have to create our scores. Like, scores are already mentioned over here in x, but we need to create that. Score is going to be the same thing, like np dot concat, and it is going to be the same like x, and it will be going to x0, and everything will be within this square bracket, and we have to put additional square bracket for this. This is like square bracket, and we have to just put this and this. Okay, and if we do a score, it's the same thing, like it is like 10 10 10 and finish with another 10, like just because like this thing, it is starts from here and it is going to be finished here. Okay, now we have to just define our like matplotlib like figure object. So for that we know how to do it, like fig is going to be like plt dot figure, and let me just define one fixed size. This is all you know, guys, like from my tutorial. Those are not following me for the last 1 month, just came here for the first time, I highly recommend you to follow my tutorial. I explain each and everything. And the x is going to be like fig dot underscore subplot is going to be 111, because only one column, one row, and the one thing, and this is the main thing, polar. So nice. So we got this part, circular thing. Okay, so now our next job is how we can let me just make it a bit large. Well, okay, cool. So it's done. Now we have to just create the plot now. So this is going to be ax dot plot, and this is going to be our x is like theta, and y is score, and the type should be like this line width is going to be, let's say 2, and let's say we need color on let's let red. Okay, just run this thing now. Okay, got some sort of error, I'm not sure what. Corrected 0. Okay, so this is going to be O. Okay, so we got the like spider. So if you see, like it starts with 10, then again it starts with 10 from here, then it is 10, then 20, then 30, then after that 50. This is 50 mark. Okay, this is 50, and then this is 70. If you see, it is 70. Okay, and we have to complete this diagram, so that is why it came over here. Okay, so that is why we need like 2 times. Okay guys, so we have created this thing. Now we have to change many other things like the grids and all. And for that, let me just try to put all those things now. What else is pending? I'm just thinking. Think we can set the x dot, like set theta grids. It is right. My IntelliSense is not working in my, I'm not sure why. So this is going to be theta, and I think we change it to by doing these things. This is going to be this into 180 and divided by np dot pi, and need to mention the labels, which is actually in our case this one, I think. What is that, our label? This is actually going to be the parameter. Okay, so like right now it is now angle, so it will be changed. Okay, so it changed now, it become x1. See, well, x4 x6. So there is a problem. Why x1? Okay, x1 and x6 is like kind of like these two things are actually pointing on the same thing, but I'm not sure what happened actually. Like it is actually on top of this thing. Okay, actually, like just because this thing, like it is 70, and after that this thing. Okay, I think we could do something. Well, we can change something, but I'm not sure. Like, should we do it now, or just if we change the angle, what is going to happen? Or probably we can change. I'm just thinking. This is like, because x1 are these two things are over here, so I'm just thinking why this is kind of straight line. I'm also not sure. Actually, the angle between these two are not there, so that is why this thing. Okay, I understood now. The problem is there. Why? Okay, we actually forgot one thing. Like we need to get like this. Well, now it is going to be changed. That is why I did a mistake. Okay, now everything looks fine. Actually, I didn't put this endpoint equals to false, so that is why I took the last thing as well. So now this is okay. Now we need to like now grid has been set. Now I'm thinking what else is pending. Like we can put this thing plt dot y ticks, and this is going to be like I think this is going to be in our case label, and yes, I think color is going to be, let's say, blue, and font size, let's say 14. So these things are going to be changed now. Okay, well, see, 10, 20, 30. So we got this thing changed now. Okay, well, it's cool actually. Now next thing is that we need to create some sort of like ideal condition. uh, I think for us, like ideal condition is everything is like kind of 100, right? So for doing that, let's create one plot again. Or we don't need plot actually. What we'll do, we can just x dot field, and this is going to be like theta is going to be the same, and this is code is going to be 100 always, like 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 1 2 3 4 5 and 100. And let's say the color is I think let's say just color is, let's say, gray. What happened over here? Okay, there will be one more, sorry. Yes, so this is the best case, and this is our thing. So uh, and this is the gap which is respect to each parameter, we have this much gap. Okay, so now I need to highlight this part as well, but we need to change the outer ring as well. So two more thing is pending, like I'm just thinking like one more thing, like let's say uh, let's say we need to change this like circle line to circular, like circle to polygon. So for this line polygon lines, let's give it to PL. So this is going to be ax dot grid lines. I think yes, ax dot, but it is not coming actually. I'm not sure. Ax dot y it should come, but it is not coming. Get, let me just run it here and check a list of 10 2D grid line object. Yes, right, 10 lines, as I to say you, like one line, 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9 10. Yes, 10 line, this is fine. Okay, so this is fine, it's working fine. So can write this thing over here. So I need to change this circle to like polygon, so that is why I'm just doing it. And after that, for like for line in PL, okay, so this is going to be like line dot underscore path dot underscore. So guys, I knew this from the documentation how to change. So like if my intelligence is not working over here, it is going to be interpolation, and we have to pass some sort of number, like for me we have 6 variables, that is why 6, so it will be changed. Path object, it's saying this is not okay, sorry. So this is going to be interpolation step. Now this should work. Int object is not callable. Why this is saying int object is not callable? Well, I think this is going to be 6. Okay, I think, well, done. So see, this has changed. Okay, fine. And one more thing is pending, like I'm just thinking, not sure like how to deal with that. I'm not sure. Yes, I think everything is pending. One thing is missing. What is missing? Okay, I forgot to put the title. That is one thing is missing. We can do it here. plt dot title. I think like here, like sample spider web, sample spider web. Like if you just put like semicolons, it will not come. So sample spider web. Now two thing is pending. One thing is like we need to highlight this part. Okay, and one thing we need to highlight this grid thing. So what I'll do, x dot grid, let's say uh, style is going to be this, color is going to be, let's say let's say yellow. Not yellow is not fine, I think green. And let's just take line width is going to be like 1.5. Let's run this thing. What is happened? What is the problem now? Okay, not sure what is the problem. Style. Okay, I think this is going to be line style. Okay, fine. So now we have to only one part is pending, that is we need to highlight this part. So for that we can just x dot fill, and this is going to be like this thing, like theta and score, and we'd like to fill it with, let's say yellow. Yes, so it's nice actually, but I think we should change some numbering so it look nice. So what I'll do, I will try to change some number in our actual value. So let me open this thing from here. Well, let me change this thing something like 30, and let me just save it, and we'll run it again from here. So I think we can run it from here, like cell run all. I think it is working. So it changed a bit, but yes, it is fine. Let's change again with some other parameters. So change whether everything is working fine or not. So matplotlib, not sure where is matplotlib. Yes, it is here. Okay, so let's change it to 50. Let's make it to, let's say let's make it 60. Now let's run this thing again. We'll see what is happening now. Run all. See, every time you like do some adjustment, it is actually changing. So for this parameter, actually it is actually lagging behind from the actual thing, because this is 10. So if you change this thing again, so let's say let's make it 40, and let's make it 60. Now run this thing again. So let's see how it looks like now. So now it is like the first thing, it starts with like our x1 is this. So it starts with like here actually, like 40. If you see it, it is 40, right? So one more thing, I think one thing is still pending. Let me just change one thing, like it is going to be, we set the parameter, we set the label actually. Okay, label is going to be like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so one thing is still pending, which is I'm thinking well, what else can be done? I'm just thinking okay, I think this it's working fine, but I'm just thinking like why this is not coming with like complete kind of a like hexagon kind of a thing. It's still now it's working fine. Okay. mm, okay, label is 10, 20, 30, 60, 70, 80, 100, but it is actually not coming from 10. plt.ytext, thinking why this is not like this. Okay, let me run this thing again, but we gave it, it starts from like label is 10, right? But this is not coming with that label actually. Okay, just thinking what happened actually here, why this is not. Well, this is like, let me just change this thing. Okay, okay, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Okay, but if this 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 from somewhere it is coming, I'm not sure. And this is the actual thing, like it's 40, then 60, then again it is kind of this point, with this point value we do not know, right? Then it is kind of thing, this is kind of thing. Okay, so something is not working well, working fine. We need to figure out. I'm just thinking we put everything here. Okay, well okay, I think I think we need to, if we just put label only. Yes, now it is working. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. But the problem is that it is actually not starts with like 10 or something. It starts with this 30, 40, 60. So I'm thinking why this is like not going that much, cause no value is having this 10 thing. So that is why it is automatically adjusting everything. So I will just for the sake of like there is no value which starts with 10 or 20, so that is why it is having this thing. So I will just make it like this, and we'll check now whether it is going to change or not. So I thought I was doing some sort of mistake, so now it is normal. Okay, now we'll run this thing. Okay, now 10, 20, every value is coming. Okay, so it is like expected behavior, like just because none of our value resides this region of 10 or 20 or 30, so that is why it is coming like this. But again, if you have some values with this thing, you can have, like, you can change it. So our value starts with 10, then x2 is kind of like 60, and after that it is kind of like the region of like 50, but we can change it to like let's say we can start it like here, it went here, then we can make it here. So we'll change something, some shape figure. I'm just doing some R&D, like to check whether it is the actual thing or not, cause I also doing this like let's say let's 90. Okay, save. So it should change the figure. If it is working fine, like our all test kits are like successful, we can say. Okay, so then run all. Yes, it's working fine. So it start with 10, then went to 60, then it is 90, and then we can change it to, again it is actually like 20, but we can make it again another 90, so or 90 or 70. So kind of make it, let's say 70, and make it to 100. Okay, so we'll see now what is changing now. That is the last thing I'm doing it. Okay, it's fine. See, so it starts with 10, went to 60, and then it went to 90, and then it is went to like kind of this is actually 60, and then again it went to again 10. Okay, and at the last it is actually like what, 60, but I made 100, like, okay, by mistake I make it 10, so that is why. We'll see it. Yes. So now if you think if this value starts with like this, then also it looks nice, right? So for our case, this value actually ends up with like, let's say what do you say, like this is 60. If this value ends with like, let's say 90 or 80, cancel. I think we should let's say 80. Okay, and let's run this thing again. This is 80, and this is again 10. So if we go to 90 like this, so why can't we like go like for 100? Let's see what is happening. Let's go to, let's say go to 100 for last two things. Save. Let's check. Well, so guys, so all test kits are like passed, like it's actually working fine. So you can like conclude that like this is the right procedure or process of creating this thing. For the time being, let me just quickly put everything like here. No, I think this is fine. So first, let me just conclude everything. Like I just read from one Excel. I'm just using like header none, so that I'm not using any header in the file. Then I'm just getting all the data frame values into one like this thing. So this actually series, and after that I'm just run this like make it like this default like methods available to make it in the form of numpy array. and after that we reshape it from 2D array to 1D array, and after that I'm just setting up some variables for our case, and we just use standard number linspace function to create the angles between like everything. And what else, and I think yes, and after that we just did some like modification to change. So I can show you something. If you can do like your own, like if you just run this thing, so but in that case it will be kind of mess. So if you see, right, so you don't use like random thing, you have to use the proper thing. So that is why where is that actually we change. Okay, this is 2, and remember this thing always, guys. So see, okay, so if you make it 3, the angle and everything will be outside, so it is always advisable to use 2 into that thing. It's kind of radians. So you can go to standard matplotlib documentation for polar plot, and everything is written there. And after that we use some sort of concatenation, got this kind of circular, because we start from here only at ultimately we have to reach over here. So that is why this thing. Okay, and what else, and what else, yes, and after that this normal thing, like we using this polar plot. If you don't like use this thing, let's say, just see, it will be kind of mess. See, it is complete mess. So you have to use this polar thing over here, like okay. So and after that we got this circular things, and we change this thing using this line, right? And at the last we just highlighted this section as well. So this is the complete tutorial on like spider. So the main thing is, or main objective is that, let's say you are doing some sort of analysis, and after that we let's say you got this report. So now I'm only having one column, so let's say you are having multiple columns. You can plot multiple things, let's say uh, like uh, like the whole thing you can plot again, like let's say, and like this, like this, like this, and every time you have to like what you say, like you have to in that time the data frame will be having multiple rows, and from the multiple rows you have to just iterate through the like data frame using some sort of for looping, and you can create multiple, like one is like this, one is on top of like this. So what I'll do, I can give you one example, like let's say uh, like this. Okay, well score mm, into 1.3, or let's say score the score is also 100. So I think that is not the right idea. What do I'll do, I'll just create some loop, like let's say uh, 20, 40, 60, 80, 80, 100, and 1 2 3 4 5 6, and I think it will be 20. Okay, so if you plot this thing, let's say change the color, let's make it, let's say mm, I'm thinking which color, let's black, it will be K, I think, yes. So this is another spider, see. So in this way you can like create those spiders. So you have, let's say you are having two different processes, like this is using with some sort of logic, and this is using some sort of logic. So this is the output from first year, this is the black is the output from second year. So both of them are not helping you to reach your target, which is the outermost polygon, but you can analyze the gaps between these two process. So like all like C categories like stakeholders are actually very much like heavily depending on this sort of things. They hardly talks or like give you some time to talk about the actual data. So if you can present your like report or some other stuff using this sort of diagram, this will definitely help you. So that is why I thought of creating this tutorial. So that's all guys, that's all for today. Hope to see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't worry, I will put the complete GitHub code in the video description. But one request guys, if you think this video is actually helping you and we can do something better, please give us your like valuable feedback. We definitely like to improve our quality and the content. But anyways, as you guys, those are actually following us for last 6 months, understood that we are only considering the unique contents which is not available in the other channel or the Stack Overflow. So we are not going to do like normal basic tutorials. We are only considering to target some sort of like real life example or use cases. So if you have some sort of use case, definitely you can reach out to us and we will try to create those videos as well. But one request which I was just telling guys, please subscribe to our channel. Those are actually came for the first time to watch our video. Is requesting you guys to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon so the notification should not be like missed by you anytime. And you, if you think, you can share our videos whenever, like Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, anywhere, like, and to your friends or family. If you have friend who is actually interested to learn Python or other data science related stuff, you can ask your friend to just have a look or ask them to visit our channel. Definitely they will like our content. So thanks for the support guys. That's all for today. Hope to see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice evening.